Hello and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Justin Whitaker, senior correspondent for BDG, speaking to you from our office in Hong Kong. In this week's news, the Sakyadhita Australia Association of Buddhist Women is raising funds for bushfire victims. The organization has launched a fundraising portal for people around the world to offer help to those affected by this year's devastating fires. This season's fires have been exceptionally intense, killing 29 people, an estimated 1 billion animals, and destroying over 2,000 homes. Areas affected have included Wat Buddha Dhamma, one of Australia's oldest Buddhist monasteries, and areas in the southeast Australia's famed Blue Mountains, where Sakyadhita International held its annual meeting in June 2019. Funds are being raised through GoFundMe and will be distributed to a variety of organizations in need. Australia has been facing greater drought levels than usual this summer and higher temperatures, leading officials to raise the threat level to catastrophic in November. Major fires started shortly thereafter and have intensified in the new year, with no immediate end in sight. The Sri Lankan government ties religious freedom to protection of Buddhism. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa attempted to rally support for his vision of a Buddhism-led secular state earlier this month, standing firm on a pro-Sinhalese Buddhist platform that won him last November's national election, but did little to ingratiate him to the Tamil-dominated North. Sinhalese Tamil reconciliation remains a difficult subject for a deeply divided nation across religious and ethnic lines. Such lines have been inflamed by the partisan election results from last year, when Rajapaksa won a strong majority over rival Sajith Premadasa. Rajapaksa served as defense secretary between 2005 and 2015 and stands accused of war crimes committed during Sri Lanka's civil war, which lasted between 1983 and 2009. The memory of the presidency of his brother, Mahinda Rajapaksa, is marked in the north by fear and anger. In Canada, after a boiler burst, the Regina Buddhist Center received some help from its union friends. The center lost its boiler, its main source of heat, in early December. After pleas to the public, union workers, in the midst of a labor dispute, came to the Buddhist Center to offer their help. The workers quickly removed the broken boiler and installed a temporary natural gas heater to keep the building habitable until a new boiler can be installed. Reverend Utambara, the center's abbot, found the boiler in flames on December 12th and immediately shut it down. Since then, the center has put out a plea on GoFundMe to raise an estimated 45,000 Canadian dollars needed to replace the boiler. In the meantime, all events scheduled over the holiday period have been canceled, as the center has sought to determine when it could reopen to the public. Lundum Chime Gyaltsa Ling announced the passing of Garje Kamchol Rinpoche. The Nyingma Monastery announced the death last Wednesday of the noted lineage holder and Dharma teacher Kyabje Garje Kamchol Rinpoche on 30 December. In a written statement dated 8th January of this year, the administration of the Dharamsala-based monastery observed that Rinpoche's passing had deliberately not been publicly announced until then, to allow the Rinpoche to complete a period of Tukdam meditation. Rinpoche was a noted Dzogchen master and teacher of many, as well as a close friend of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The Central Tibetan Administration, the Tibetan government in exile, led by Sikyong Dr. Lobsang Sengye, expressed condolences to Rinpoche's followers and prayed for his enlightened activities and aspirations to continue with a swift rebirth. And finally, ancient Buddhist statues from Afghanistan are coming back to life, thanks in part to University of Chicago researchers. The researchers from the University of Chicago's Oriental Institute are working with conservators from the National Museum of Afghanistan to repair some of the earliest physical depictions of the Buddha, which were destroyed in 2001 when the Taliban shattered religious images at the museum. The team, supported by grants from the U.S. Embassy in Kabul, is carefully reassembling statues from more than 7,500 fragments that have been saved in trunks in the museum's basement after the rampage of the Taliban. Many of the statues come from Hatta in Afghanistan, a Greco-Buddhist archaeological site that dates back to the ancient region of Gandhara, a principal node in the Silk Road connecting India, China, and the Greek and Persian worlds. The goal is to both return the repaired art to Afghanistan and to ensure that museum staff there are trained to preserve the treasures into the future. That is all from this week's BDG News Review. If you enjoy regular news videos delivered to you each week, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with friends. We appreciate your support and feedback in the comments below. Be sure to check out our website, buddhistdoor.net, for these stories along with features and special coverage of Buddhism around the world.